Hello and welcome back to Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video, and we start today in a very peaceful place. No trains, hardly any cars. In fact, I think I saw one vehicle and that was about it. But hardly any cars, no trains. You can hear the birds singing. This is Shepshed. This is an area which is going to be connected to the railway at some point soon, probably over the next few weeks. But as you can see around Shepshed, there are no farms. There is no real detail. This just looks like bog standard Transports Fever 2. That is going to change in today's video. In fact, if I just jump out of this and have a look here, today's time lapse, as you may have noticed, is going to be working on this entire area all the way down to the bottom of the map in Sudbury, perhaps along this, I say river, this isn't really a river, it's just areas that I've marked out that could have once upon a time been rivers, or I might make streams of, or something like that. But these areas along here, so I'm going to try and get this area, all of this done, all of this done, all of this done, right the way up there, perhaps along here. And then if I get a chance, I'll try to move further towards Stratford upon Avon. But the plan is to get at least this bit done over the next time lapse, however long that is, which will only leave, as you'll notice, this bit here, down to here, and that is all that's going to be left. In fact, if I do get a chance, what I might do is I might try to move a little bit further in this direction as well. Well, that's the plan. I'll move down here, then perhaps across and up, and that might be the better solution. So make sure you stay tuned. Let's see how I can do this, and hopefully with these little lines, rivers, streams, tree lines, whatever they are, that I have put in, this may make it look just that little bit more realistic than this. I mean, this looks realistic. This looks more realistic than this does. This looks okay. This is okay. This is poor. This is better, more realistic. All of this is far more realistic. And then we're in this area. So make sure you stay tuned. Let's get started and let's see what I can do. Enjoy the time lapse. And about 2 hours of work later, we have a connection with all the farmland starting in the north of the map. Okay, admittedly there is a river in the way. Perhaps that doesn't quite work, but from the north of the map all the way down to the south of the map here in Sudbury, we have farmland all the way through. Now, of course, if we go towards the west of the map, the farms are not quite done. That is the area that is left to be done. That is the southwest, and I suppose the south... Could you call it the South Midland? The southwest, the South Mids? Something like that. Anyway, that area is not yet done, but this area is, which means that that could be the thumbnail. Now, if I just go start looking around everywhere, I'll show you. So, I've got to do this bit with Kingsbridge and Stratford upon Avon and Taunton and Chagford and Bridge North. That is all that is left to do. So in this video, in the 2-hour time lapse, I've done this area, or all of this area, this bit to do, all of this area right around this bit over here. So it does take a long time to get all of these working, but I will say that this tool that I have used before and it was lagging and crashed my game once, I have been working with the developer, the parallel tool, have been working with the developer, and this test version that I currently have, after doing some tests on it, is working exactly as it should. It is working within, well, as you saw on the time lapse, I suppose on the time lapse I was clicking and a second later it was done, but in reality it was about maybe 3-4 seconds and the bits were done. Didn't have a crash, everything was working perfectly. As you can see, everything is really neatly done. It's a really good tool. That is a must-have tool. In the next video, what we need to look at is, I think we should perhaps try to get the Ollerton to Maryport to Shepshed line done, although Shepshed will require a little bit of a road working. So Ollerton to Maryport to Shepshed, and we probably need to be looking at getting Croydon to Batsley as well. All of that is going to take a little bit of time. So 1, 2, 3 cities are next up, and then of course from Shepshed we can take it all the way down to Sudbury. So we have that one completed. We then have to look at doing the farmland in this area. That will allow us to do Batsley down to Stratford upon Avon and Kingsbridge. I might just call that Stratford. There's no Avon. The River Avon is not there. And then we've also got to do the other bit that's going to... I'm not sure at the moment if I'm going to split it at Batsley or split it at Croydon and go to Bridge North, Chagford and Taunton. By the way, Avon, just as a note, comes from, and I've mentioned this before, in City Skylines, because I had a map when I made it. It was starting on the river, and I called the place Affenford, and it comes from... Avon comes from the Welsh word Afon, and Afon means river. So that's the River Avon in the United Kingdom is literally the river. But there we go. That is something that happens quite often. That is where I'm going to end this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think, any ideas you may have. How far north does this go? Yeah, it's just not quite to the northern side of the map, but that's okay. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon, link in the description box below, and also you can find me on social media at ECGadget LP for both Twitter and Instagram. That is all from me, and I shall see you next time in Transports Fever 2, where, well, the plan is to start running or expanding a passenger railway, but having thought about it, I do need to start really pushing the freight to all of these towns as well. Maybe we should spend a few videos just trying to push freight from everywhere. literally everywhere. We really need to start getting freight out. As you can see, 0, 0, 0. It's got a 10% there, but mostly 0. 140% there, that's great. 20%. So yes, more zeros. So we have zeros in a loss of places. I wonder what Bonstable, Berwick's one is. 10 and 30. Not horrible. Not horrible at all. Downham, 30 and nothing, and Ollerton, 20 and nothing. Yep, we need to improve that, so perhaps I shall spend a few videos doing that. But leave a comment and we shall see. That is all from me. Links to social media in the description box, including to my Discord channel, so do go check that out. And that's I think that's everything. I shall see you next time in Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series.